and welcome back to this Let's Play of 𝒦𝒐𝓬𝒂. In the last episode, Tsubaki was working hard to become a top idol, and she's been asked to participate in Idol Kingdom, which is, I guess, a competition for major idols. And she's a bit worried because she doesn't think she's good enough. She's only a rookie idol and she hasn't been practicing enough. But you know, our main character has spurred her on and saying that it's going to be hard work, but you might as well do it. So that's kind of what we're getting ourselves into. Okay, I have a bad feeling for some reason. Why? When I return to the lesson, eventually Tsubaki appears to be talking to her coach about something. It looks like Tsubaki has completely recovered herself and is apologising for her lack of focus until now. Then Tsubaki comes running over as she realises I'm back. What's wrong, producer? Why the frown? Oh, no, it's just... After debating what to say for a moment, I tell her about the phone call. The content of that call will have a big impact on both our futures. I got contacted directly just now. One of the big agencies is offering you a transfer. The terms are a lot better than ours. Huh? A transfer? There's nothing more to say, really. She's been scouted by a big agency that saw promise in her as an idol. The agency making the offer is a leader in the industry, managing not just idols but our famous entertainers and movie and drama actresses. Wait a second. When did I say I wanted to transfer? I shouldn't even have to ask, but you didn't accept the offer, did you? Seeing how worked up she's getting, I give the following reply. No way, or, well, they might do a better job producing you than I have. I think this must be where it'll fork off to even the good ending. Well, I guess that's not really a good ending. Well, either endings, I assume. I think I might go the romancy ending. Or romancy route. She's mine. Possessive. No way! I already decided that I'm going to make it to the top of the idol industry with you. You think I'm just going to roll over and let these guys butt in out of nowhere? Maybe that's just me being selfish. For Tsubaki, under the big agencies of a small one like ours, will open up. Instead of a small one like ours, will open up a lot more opportunities for her. She'll have famous composers and songwriters creating music for her, making large-scale live shows a possibility. It's not like our agency can't do those things, but we'd be starting at a different place compared to a big agency with a track record. Still, I want to have things my way. You're my idol. I'm the one who's managing you. I'm not about to hand you over to some other agency. That's exactly why you're my producer. Tsubaki smiles as she says this. So does that mean you already got back to them? Yeah, they said I'd regret it. I don't care if they're big shots, that's just dirty. It's pressure tactics is what it is. Sure, an agency that size could probably interfere with our ability to promote on TV shows, but Tsubaki's never going to become a top idol if we start worrying about that kind of thing. I just can't stand how they reach out to her the second she starts getting popular. Well, you don't want to know about like how football players get their stuff. I'm pretty sure it's underhanded tactics as well, but you know, millions and millions of pounds. Anyway, I digress. It's true, idols might be just another product, but I'd never hand Tsubaki over someone who wants to buy her just because she started selling. I don't regret anything. I'm having things my way. Maybe I shouldn't have done that to you, though. No, I feel the same way, you know. The transfer offer had a lot of potential for Tsubaki. It might have been her big break. Still, Tsubaki has made it clear she doesn't want that. She slaps me on the back. I'm not about to become some pawn in those adults' idol game. I'm gonna become a top idol the way I choose. Anyway. Oh, and when I do, you'll be the one standing beside me, producer. Yeah, of course, that's the plan. As long as I'm with Tsubaki, we can overcome anything, any obstacle. I swell with pride at the bottom. Oh. I swell with pride at both this conviction and my decision. Ooh. It's already late. The sun has gone down completely by the time we finish everything for today and eat dinner. I'm used to seeing the neon-coloured streets of Akihabara, but for some reason they seem brighter than usual. A huge display in one of the buildings is playing a trailer for an upcoming movie set in Akihabara. Hey, that actress is... Yeah, she's a former idol who won iKingdom several times. The movie trailer is showing a scene of a lady knight from a fantasy world fighting off monsters attacking Akihabara. Leaving aside the fantasy world and monsters, it sounds like the movie was inspired by a female cosplayer who stepped in during a reckless driving incident in Akihabara. In other words, it's a work of fiction based on real-life events. The female lead was once a top idol who won Idol Kingdom several years ago. She retired from being an idol now, but between movies, dramas and the stage, she's still very active. So, I guess I'll be like, what's her name, if I become a top idol. I feel like calling her what's her name is pretty rude, but I'll let it go. Up until recently, Tsubaki wasn't an idol or anything. She was just a regular person. She must feel like the world shown on display is still far away from her. You've also been on TV already. Who's to say you can't be... Who's to say that can't be you sometime in the near future? I don't know. I don't think I could act in those kind of movies. Even if acting isn't her strong point, she may be able to get her break as an action star by taking advantage of her excellent physical abilities. As we're talking casually about the subject, we suddenly notice that the people around us are buzzing excitingly. Hey, isn't that Tsubaki, the idol? You're right, it's Tsubaki. The guy on the right must be her producer. This isn't good. Now that Tsubaki's getting more popular, regular people are starting to recognize her. She's not even wearing sunglasses or a mask, and here she is strolling around town letting her guard down. Oh crap! It looks like Tsubaki's thinking the same thing because she immediately starts pushing me to get her out of here. I doubt anyone would go out of the way to follow us, but just in case, we should move without letting them find out where we live. Let's take one of the back alleys. That way we'll know right away if anyone's following us. Having said this, Tsubaki heads off at a sprint. The place we eventually reach seems familiar somehow. This is where he got into the fight. There's no mistaking it. It is the place where Tsubaki once turned the tables on the thug who was after the maid cafe employee. It hasn't been that long, but things are really different now, huh? Well, I did become an idol. I can't believe it myself. Before, I used to just go around beating up any guys I didn't like. Just go around beating up any guys I don't like. Yeah, you hit me too. Didn't I get knocked out the first time I took a punch from Tsubaki? Now that I think of it, I should consider myself lucky she didn't send me to the hospital. It's so dark around here though. Then again, it's a back alley. That's right, that bastard was here trying to drag that girl in and rough her up, because no one would see him. Yeah, I guess you're right. Nodding, about to start walking so we can hurry up and get out of the alley when it happens. And what happens? In the corner of my vision, I can see something rush out from the shadows of the alley. I give a cry. Tsubaki, look out! A man with familiar features is charging at Tsubaki. She has her guard up in a flash, and as I force my body between her and the man, a sharp pain rushes up my right arm. Oh! Was he just stabbed? Did this get good? Gah! It takes only a moment for me to realise that I've been stabbed with a knife. Oh my god, this has got extreme. I feel blood pouring from where I'd been stabbed. Oddly enough, it doesn't hurt that much, but this just makes me appreciate the seriousness of the situation even more. It doesn't hurt that much. You're... Damn it. I'm sure of it. It's the guy who attacked that girl in the alley. Didn't he get arrested? Producer! I hear Tsubaki scream. I can't really remember what happened next. And now I see Tsubaki furious as she launches a flying kick at the man. That's the only reason I feel sure that she's probably okay. She just attacked a man with a knife. This game is so weird, and I strangely love it. I don't know why. All these twists and turns are just so funny, and I really like it. Apparently, the knife injury I suffered was pretty serious. Luckily, it heals in a few weeks without affecting my daily life, but I still end up getting several stitches. I don't hear what happened after I blacked out until after the surgery, but apparently Tsubaki took care of calling an ambulance. Good. By the way, the man who tried to attack Tsubaki got beaten to a pulp at her own hands. He's currently being hospitalized as he undergoes treatment. It sounds like he committed this crime while he was still serving a suspended sentence for the previous one, so he probably won't be able to avoid jail for this offence. That's good news, but Tsubaki is the one who really shaken up by me getting injured. Apparently the police at the same police station that's helped Tsubaki out so many times before were surprised to see her sobbing over me, oblivious to any onlookers. Oh, I'd cry if my friend got stabbed too. You're okay? Let me know if it hurts, okay? No, it's not that. Really? But please don't push it. You need to rest. But I have to work, and you have lessons too, don't you? You can't keep fussing over me all the time. It's fine, I told you. You can just stay on the sofa reading manga. Tsubaki's been like this ever since I got discharged from the hospital and went back to the office several days ago. I'm happy she's worried about me, but now she's just being overprotective. She's always finding some excuse to help me out, and she won't let me move at all. Work is piling up since I took a few days off. It's getting to the point where I really have to do something about it. You know, there's just a few weeks until Kingdom, right? I'm fine, so please use the time for yourself. No way! I'm not gonna... I shake my head at Tsubaki's grumbling. What happened? This isn't like you. I'm fine, you already gave the criminal what he deserved. So that's it? Case closed, right? Tsubaki is silent for a while, then she slowly opens her mouth to speak. Did you hear what the criminal's motive was? His motive? He probably had a grudge against Tsubaki for giving him a taste of his own medicine earlier. That's what I thought. But was there some other reason? That guy, he resented me. I'm okay with that. I'm used to it. But that wasn't all. Maybe it's because he's an idol fan or something, but he hated that I got picked for King. These fans. That's why he went after me. He didn't want a delinquent like me dirtying his precious King. You know, since someone like me could never be an idol. Oh. I'm horrified by what I'm hearing. Me too. I can understand that fans each have their own favourite idols and that they want them to support them. But that guy was different. He had his ideas all wrapped up in King itself, which is why he planned to get rid of Tsubaki for going against these ideals. That knife was also originally directed at Tsubaki. She might have been able to handle it even if I hadn't shielded her, but what if she'd been just a regular girl? I can't believe that bastard. That's about as plain as I can put it. I can't think of anything else more appropriate. On the other hand, Tsubaki seems to have come away with a slightly different impression. Sorry. It's my fault you got injured, producer. What are you apologizing for? If anything, I'm the one who couldn't do anything. That's not true. You tried to save me. Oh. Tsubaki draws close to me with her tears in her eyes. I also started getting worked up at this sudden change. Then I realised now's no time for that as I see her shoulders shaking. Worked up as in upset or / angry, or worked up as in worked up? I wouldn't put anything past this game. She's not scared, is she? Tsubaki? It's my fault. If only I hadn't become an idol, you never would have gone injured. I get injured all the time for random stuff, so I don't think it really matters. It's because I got picked for King. Me wanting to have dreams was a mistake in the first place. Tsubaki's bawling like a child, gently wrapping my arms around her shoulders. I give a pained smile. Don't say stuff like that. How could it ever have been your fault? But it's because I'm with you that I've been able to get closer to my dream. I'm grateful. Producer. So please don't go saying it would have been better if you never became an idol. That kind of stuff just makes me sad. I don't wipe away the tears running down Tsubaki's cheeks, but continue to hold her as a way of showing her how I feel. I'm sure she knows what I'm thinking, that's why no extra words are needed. The only thing between us is a warm, gentle, flowing silence. Oh, how nice. Having poured out all her worries to me, Tsubaki recovers surprisingly quickly and throws herself into her work. It's almost enough to make me wonder if I just imagined seeing her crying in front of me. She's definitely not the type of to be indecisive and keep on worrying, but still, she's tough. Thanks to her, we were able to make a good progress at work, and we mostly get everything done by the time the sun comes up. Basking in the light piercing through the office, I stretched luxuriously. I'm exhausted. Sorry, if I hadn't made you waste time with everything. Oh no, that's not what I meant. It's not Tsubaki's fault at all, it's mine for not finishing everything up fast enough. On the contrary, I can't thank her enough for helping me out like this. But wait, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I actually feel kind of refreshed. Grinning wryly, I give a small nod in response. Still, you really saved me. Ugh, she keeps going on. They keep going on about saving and if you hadn't lent a hand, I probably would have finished everything. Like, everything is someone being saved. Oh, you saved me from being stabbed. Oh, you saved me from so much work. Oh, you saved me from this. Okay, I'm just complaining now, but still. It's nothing. I mean, it's bad enough you worked at all after your arm got stabbed. You should be resting. I guess you're right, but I can't sit here with 𝒊𝓏 so close. Even if it weren't for all that, I lost a good amount of time during the several days when I was in hospital. We don't have that much time left to set aside for preparations. Things are a little different now from when Tsubaki was an underground idol, since we don't need to find a way to sell tickets or order equipment by ourselves. Even so, we can't say our workload has gone down. We need to increase our media exposure, whether that means getting the word out on whichever TV programs are airing up until the day of 𝒊𝓏 or something else. A small-scale agency like ours isn't able to secure slots on primetime television. That's why our media exposure strategy rests mainly on reaching out through late-night television and streaming sites. Our biggest priorities are setting up those schedules and going over the content of each campaign. We're getting a chance to participate in 𝒊𝓏, so I want to do whatever we can in advance. Then, should we ask Grandpa for help? I'm a little surprised by this total unexpected suggestion. Tsubaki's grandfather is a big name with a lot of influence in the entertainment industry. If he puts in a good word for us, we should even be able to get on primetime TV. However, that's a no. If we ask your family for help, we won't be earning this on our own anymore. I would ask the family for help, use your contacts. Isn't that doesn't that make the most sense? Maybe that's just me. Again, just me. For Tsubaki, leaning on her family is nothing less than going back to being the girl she once was. Before Tsubaki had her dreams decided by her parents, as a result she stopped being able to see her own value. The reason she's shining now is because she's able to feel proud of herself and not about to make a choice that will undo all of that. Sounds a bit prideful to me. I would put down that pride and get on TV and then win the competition. Yes, it probably doesn't feel as sweet as if you did it yourself, but it's definitely easier. Seeming pleased by the flat-out refusal, Tsubaki lets her expression relax. I figured you would say that. Huh? You were testing me? No, it's not like that. Maybe I just wanted to think that you and I are on the same side, producer. I guess we have had one thing after another happen to us lately. Getting chosen to participate in 𝒊𝓏, receiving an offer from another agency, and then me getting injured to top it all. Even if it is Tsubaki, it's only natural that she'd be worried. and I'm in the same boat. I wonder what the future will look like if you get chosen as queen as 𝒊𝓏. I murmur this in an offhand way. I'm not trying to sound deep, but it seems to nag at Tsubaki a little. Tilting her head, she looks at me as though searching my face. Well, what do you want it to look like, producer? Me? Huh? What kind of future am I hoping for? If my dream of making Tsubaki into a top idol come true, what's the next thing I should aim for? I hesitate for a moment before replying. I want to keep being your producer? I think... let me save quick. Can I do a proper save? Hold on. Let me do a proper save. I think this is an important decision. So I want to keep being your producer. I think you should keep doing what you want to do. The future will work itself out if we keep moving forward. Aww. Do I want to keep being the producer? I think you should do what you want to do, or the future will work itself. Oh, this is a hard decision. Why is this so hard? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Extra save. I think you should keep doing what you want to do. I think you should keep doing what you want to do. My future depends on what you end up choosing. Ultimately, what's waiting for me if my dreams of producing the top idol gets granted is a chance to choose my next dream. And Tsubaki's the one who holds the choice in her hands, not me. Tsubaki only became an idol in the first place because I talked her into it. If she was able to find her own dream, then I should also be happy about that. What I want to do, huh? Tsubaki hesitates for a moment, then raises both hands in a gesture of apparent surrender. To be honest, I haven't even got time to think about that kind of stuff. I've got my hands full with 𝒊𝓏. And plus, even if you ask me what I want to do, I can't just think of it on the spot. That's true. Sorry, here I'm asking you weird stuff again. We're talking about a girl who didn't have any dreams at the start. It would probably be hard for her to think of the next dream or goal right away. Until then, I might need to stay by her side and support her. Of course, I'd really like to keep being her producer forever, but I'm not about to force that dream on her. I'll think about it, you know, but what I want to do after 𝒊𝓏? I feel like I'll probably be able to figure something out once I get past 𝒊𝓏. Tsubaki seems laser focused on the path ahead as she says this. Seeing this, I'm convinced that there's nothing for me to worry about. Whatever Tsubaki ends up choosing after 𝒊𝓏, I have no doubt that any path she goes down will be incredible. I'm here to support her. I can decide my own future later. Which is another reason why we need to think of 𝒊𝓏 first. Thinking this to myself, I start drawing up a checklist of things I need to do as Tsubaki's producer. I wonder what ending this is going to give us. I didn't look this up like beforehand, but I assume there's like some sort of... that's like a trigger of some sort. Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time for the 34th Idol Kingdom to begin. Which idol will the Queen's crown go to? Idol fans, welcome. Now please feast your eyes on the girls' red-hot performances. Cheers and clapping loud enough to shake the gigantic arena hit the backstage area like a shockwave. As I realise that it's finally starting, my palms slowly break out in a sheen of sweat. Phew. Taking a deep breath, I somehow manage to calm myself down. 11 idol contestants end up getting chosen to participate today. Out of every single idol in the country, just 11 contestants have been deemed qualified to participate. Looking at it that way, the fact that a recent debut like Tsubaki's is getting to go on such a big stage could already be considered a miracle. Oh, look at her in a cute little outfit. Another big cheer rings out. It sounds like the first contestant started her performance. Wow, like I thought, 𝒊𝓏's on another level. Yeah? Tsubaki gives this brief reply while staring fixatively at a video of her choreography on her phone. She was practicing flat out until yesterday, but a part of her is probably thinking that she could still do more. I guess I should learn from her drive to give it everything right up until the end. Is there anything I can do? You know, like anything I can do to help you out? How about you start by relaxing a little? I'm getting jumpy seeing you all nervous, producer. My shoulders droop at this perfectly reasonable request. As I take a closer look, I notice that the hand she's holding her phone with is shaking a little. I guess she's nervous. Well, that makes sense, I think to myself knowingly. Tsubaki's shot to stardom as an idol practically overnight, but much time has passed since she debuted. Not to mention that she's never done a live show in such a big arena. Compared to a regular live show, there will be more people in the audience gazing up at her on stage. It's not hard to imagine all the pressure. Sorry, I can't believe I'm going to pieces like this. It's enough that you're here, producer. It helps me relax. Having said this, Tsubaki stops watching the video, stands up and takes a deep breath. Seriously, this is pathetic. I'm just going up on a slightly bigger stage, but I'm freezing up so bad I can't move. Huh? Look at this, I'm not even doing anything and my knees are about to give out. Hearing this, I drop my eyes towards Tsubaki's knees. They're definitely shaking pretty bad. I expected her to be nervous, but not to this extent. Is she really going to be able to sing and dance like this? Are you okay? If I look okay, then you might need to go get your eyes checked. Usually Tsubaki would act tough at the slightest sign of trouble, but she came out and just said she's not okay. She was in a bad shape for a while, right after getting chosen from IKing, but that was nothing compared to how bent out of shape she is now with her performance around the corner. Of course, this is a whole other ballpark from when she stood in front of the other idols at Pre-1. Damn it, what are we gonna do? Do? I shake my head as I prepare to tell her that there's nothing we can do. What kind of producer am I if I can't even support my idol when she's feeling anxious? There has to be something only I can do for her. There just has to. What does she need to hear the most right now? Turning the question over and over in my head, I land on an answer. Hey, Tsubaki. What? Why are you looking so serious all of a sudden? Never mind that, just listen to me for a second. Tsubaki seems to sense something in my words because she falls silent and takes a seat. After making sure she's sitting down, I continue. Don't forget the importance of having a dream and seeing them through. It is a line from a manga I like. I want you to remember those words. What do you mean? Tsubaki tilts her head in confusion, giving her the biggest smile I can manage. I reply. You said at first that dreams are stupid, right? Well, now you've actually found your dream of making it to the top as an idol and run with it. What do you think about it? I'm sure she has to deal with things that only she can understand. But I believe that those things are outweighed by the joy and motivation she's found. That's exactly why I'm asking her this. Tsubaki spends some time searching for an answer, then shrugging, she murmurs a reply. It's been fun, I guess. Doing management stuff together with you, live shows, lessons, I had fun doing all of that. Right? I nod, thinking I probably look so self-satisfied it shouldn't be allowed. Tsubaki seems to be thinking along the same lines because she smiles in apparent exasperation. You and I are partners connected by the same dream. You might be the only one who's going up on stage, but I'm always there to support you, Tsubaki. Yeah, I can sense that. Thanks to you, I'll be able to escape my boring old life, producer. I've been spoiled by you ever since I became an idol. I'm really grateful to you for always supporting me. I'm the one who's grateful, but I'm not going to say that just now. I don't think there's any need for me to say it. My feelings should have gone across to Tsubaki loud and clear. That's why I decided to say something else instead. You've been giving it everything up until now, ever since you started having a dream. In terms of the total amount of work you put in, you might not win against other girls who've been idols for a long time. But I don't think anyone else can say they've put in as much work in such a short amount of time, right? Then, taking a moment to steady my breath, I laugh boldly and continue. Go, make your dream come true, here and now. Those words seemed to resonate with Tsubaki more than I was expecting. Standing and kicking over the chair with a crash, she bangs her fist against my chest. She doesn't punch me, obviously, but putting a fist against my chest, she can probably feel my heart beating against it. I like the sound of that. You're right. Today is the day my dreams come true. That's what I came here for. Her voice sounds calm, but I hear her unquenchable with blazing behind it. There's no need to worry anymore. She's back to her usual self. No, the girl I just saw there was Tsubaki at her strongest and most beautiful. Oh, cute. It's almost showtime. Wish me luck, producer. Yeah, good luck. I don't try to say anything tacky, but just give Tsubaki back a quick push. She's heavy, I think to myself. I'm not saying she's fat, God forbid. I just mean that she's heavy with determination. Oh, okay. Realizing this, I say my next words in a small voice. Don't forget, you and I are a team. Oh, cute. Cute. Tsubaki doesn't offer any words in reply, but she just flashes a smile as she rushes out to the backstage area. Performance? Oh, you're late. My supervisor from the office is waiting to greet me in the staff seating area. Sorry, I was helping Tsubaki get ready. Forget it. That's producer life for you. If anything, I should be congratulating you for making it to iKing. That's a big deal. It's because of you and Tsubaki. My supervisor is the one who suggested to the boss that I be given all the responsibilities for producing Tsubaki ever since the incidents at Pre-1. It's not hard to imagine how much of a risk they're taking, letting a rookie like me be responsible for an idol. But my superior has done everything he can to support me, all without complaining even once. I really can't thank him enough for that. I haven't done anything. Tsubaki's all you, so be proud and rejoice. Cackling at his own words, my supervisor turns his attention back to the stage. It's about time, huh? Yeah. Anything you might have forgotten? No, nothing. Today, right now, Tsubaki's more prepared than she's ever been before. Ha! That's the spirit. With that kind of confidence, you guys should be fine. Exciting. At that, the lights suddenly go down in the arena. The space falls silent. Everyone's waiting expectantly to see which idol will perform next. All those people watching on their TVs and computers around the country must be feeling the same way. What kind of performance will each idol put on? I'm sure that's what they must be thinking. Show them what your dream's all about, Tsubaki. Even as I murmur this, all the lights in the arena illuminate on the stage. Tsubaki has several songs in her setlist, but the stage presence is overwhelming throughout. Those sharp dance moves she's been practicing in her lessons go well beyond the level of an idol, and that's saying nothing about her natural singing ability. She might be a famous idol, but it's her backflips and aggressive performance and the captivate the audience. Backflips in an idol performance? That sounds amazing. Yeah, Tsubaki-chan! A broad grin spreads across my face as I hear my supervisor cheering beside me. As Tsubaki's not done yet, the real stuff is still to come. Having finished her intro song, she takes the mic in one hand and introduces her next performance. Thanks for listening, everyone. But I'm just getting started, so buckle up and follow along, okay? Cute. It's pretty off the cuff, but this seems to light a fire in the feverish arena. Playing off of all the excitement of the crowd as it surged up from the cry, Tsubaki opens next with a rock song, totally outside of the usual idol fluff. I'm happy to see the shocked reactions from the idol fans who didn't know about Tsubaki. The song Tsubaki chooses to end with is, "This is the song that made me decide to go after my dream. If it weren't for the song, I'm sure I never would have become an idol. That's why I'd like to share this song with all of you." The song she starts singing after this introduction sounds familiar. Oh, it's the song from when we first met, the one she's singing to herself whilst feeding those cats. Oh. She's never performed it live or for the general public before, not even once. But that song now brings all the assembled idol fans to tears. It looks like my supervisors are also unexpectedly lost for words as hearing the song for the first time. I've just learned this recently, but apparently this song is an original piece that Tsubaki wrote herself. Her anger and despair about her dreams and her future, her disappointment with her parents, the sliver of hope that remains. her mystery, no, her misery and fleeting anxiety, and somewhere between that, a real strength. Tsubaki must be pouring all of those feelings into this song. I myself become aware of this big tears pouring down her face. I mirror the something so that no one else can hear. You've got this, Tsubaki. You're number one. You're number one! Those famous words from the greatest manga in the world get swept away in Tsubaki's song. Oh. I'm going to leave this here, so you'll have to check out the next episode to see what happens with Tsubaki's performances. I think it's getting good, don't you think? Okay, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!